Oh crap, I might have just unmuted. I don't know if I was muted when I was blowing my nose because I was muted. I thought I unmuted. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't. I didn't blow my nose. I know I didn't blow my nose directly into the mic. I turned away out of habit, and there's no way I most likely did it, but who knows? Who knows? So sorry if I didn't mute the mic, guys. That'd be an awfully weird way to start the stream. Seems a bit low on my side. Looks good on the levels, the audio level though. Just check my monitor. Maybe my monitor's turned down. Yep, that's what it is. Ooh. Yeah. It's actually plenty loud. Maybe just a little bit too loud, in fact. Maybe just a little too loud. There we go. That should be better. How about that? That should be better. Let's listen back to the stream for a second here. Whoa, I'm not hearing my voice. That should be better. How about that? That should be better. Yeah, the second one's better, definitely, because I can still barely hear my. Yeah, I started out the stream without muting my mic. And then I had my mic unmuted. I blow my nose. And then I unmute my mic. I don't know if I unmuted. I don't know. Hopefully I didn't blow my nose. I know I didn't. That's funny. That's hilarious. I was curious. I had to check. That's a funny way to start a mic. Start a stream. It's an awfully weird way. People will be like, what the hell? Did he just start the stream and then go ahead and blow his nose right as he started the stream? Look, man. I keep a box of tissues right here just because I have to blow my nose all the time. Or, like, I'm telling you, I guarantee. You watch streamers who stream a long time, I guarantee they'll pull tissues out of nowhere all the time in the stream. You go long enough, it happens. So at the start of the stream, I normally will just, like, you know, blow my nose just to make sure. But I forgot to do it. I pressed the play button and I'm like, ah, shit, let me go ahead and do it real quick. Then I pause it and you hear the click to pause it or mute it. And, but for some reason I was muted and I unmuted it. And then I don't know how that happened. So, oh well. That's funny though. We're leaving it in, boys. We're leaving it in. I'm a professional, all right? Let's just continue. The Skyrim mod looks real weird. Yeah, I know you're like thirsting for some Skyrim already, Pepper. Like shit. Like that shit, that'll be over in like a day or two if I play it every day. I was thinking about it, and I was like hoping the quest line was going to be fairly long, and it might be. But then I was like, hold on, like the main quest, I started the main quest on the left side of it, and the next part of that quest took me like slightly south, and the next part of the quest took me slightly north and east, and then the next part of the quest took me 90% further. What do you mean 90%? 90 times further than the other two areas. As in, I think I was supposed to do a lot of side quests and get distracted on the way to that area. But because there's no side quests, obviously, in this mod, then, excuse me, because there's no side quests in this mod, then, well, you know. You know. I don't know if it, like, I'm not sure, Vepper. I just could imagine it can't be that long. Like, how long is just the main quest line in, like, in Skyrim? I don't know. If you did no side quests, period. And like I said, like, I expected it just to, like, be dotted across the map here and there. But no, like, to put it in perspective, I traveled like a mile to get to the first 2 quests. Out of the first 3 quests, you know, I start on the first one, and then after that, you go to the first 2 quests after you go to the second and third quest, I mean to say. And that was about a mile's travel. Whereas the 4th quest was like 100 miles away. We walked for, and you know, of course, I'm exaggerating the distances here to make it like scale and make sense. But it took us, while walking slowly and using the levitate and playing around, it still only took us like a minute or 2 to get to the next quest, and it took us less time than that to get to the 3rd quest. It took us like 10, maybe 15 minutes of walking, just holding W while chatting about something before we actually got to the 4th one. We went a massive section of the map. So imagine in the base game, what happens is you start the game and you do the first quest inside that dungeon, and then you get outside and you're like, ooh, look, I'm outside, and it's like, hey, come to this island, hey, come to this city, and they're all like really close to each other, the island and the city. And so imagine you're supposed to work within that really tight area at the beginning of the game, and then after that, like, the lady's like, go help my mom's or some shit, and that's when you're supposed to get distracted by side quests. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to travel that far without meeting coming up with all kinds of like hijinks shit going on, where there's bandits have attacked you, and there's like, oh, look at this interesting city here, let's stop by, and look at this place over here, let's do this, and like, look at this thing here. You know, you're gonna get distracted. And I think that's why those 2 things were so far apart, is that you were intended to get distracted. I could be wrong, of course. But unless the next quest has us like doing in between points in that, then I don't know. And does, like, right now, all I gotta do is just turn in the current quest I was on, and once I turn in that quest, then we get the rewards or whatever. But like, where's it gonna send us next? Yeah. I do know it doesn't seem to be, the content isn't that rich. You know, there's not much to it. It is just what the modder said. It is the main quest line of Daggerfall and nothing else. There's nothing else there. Like, every time it looks like there might be a thing that we can mess around with, and there's something that it's nothing. It's just it's nothing there. It's just kind of a facade of a thing. There seems to be no point in exploring at all, and I should just move towards the quest objectives. Like, every time I start to move off the quest objective, like that last place we were in, that castle we got to, when we tried to walk out the back side of that castle rather than just like go to the spot inside of it, we fell off of it, and there weren't even stairs to come back up. I had to like use the levitate ability or the climb ability to get back up. because he didn't bother putting in a staircase on the other side of the castle. So yeah, there's basically, unless I'm inside of a dungeon, there's no point in exploring, and there's very little point in exploring inside the dungeon, because there's just most of it has like many rooms end up being completely empty. Like it's like, oh, let's unlock this door, and it's like, okay, it's just an empty room. That's weird. So I'm not knocking the mod, by the way. I'm just saying I don't expect to be playing that for very much longer. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna 100% that in like within 1 to 2, 3 streams tops, most likely. And then be prepared for several months possibly before the next time I stream the Skyrim, because like first off I gotta save up the money, then I gotta freaking once I get all that set up, then I'll start all the testing and stuff like that. I might try to get all that set up before the money, because I might, you know, because once I get all the mods I can start doing some of the testing and trying to fix some of the conflicts and stuff like that. But I don't want to run it on my system while streaming right now, because like I said, I'm having a little bit of an overheating issue, and I want to make sure I get that fixed beforehand. But hey, how's it going, David? Sorry it took so long. I was just trying to, before I said hi, I was just finishing my thought on that. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue this game. Hello for the 30th time, kitty cat, because you're so cute, sis. You. Welcome to Angela. Isn't there a place called something Rela? Running hot, not overheating. Listen to Pepper. You are the Luminary, are you not? The one we have awaited all these years. His Holiness Shangri-La. There we go, I remembered. Told us that you had come. I gotta look up Shangri-La, because I don't even know what that is anymore. Shangri-La. It just... Also, let me listen to the stream again. I still feel like maybe the game's a bit loud for me. Shangri-La. Had come. I gotta look up Shangri-La, because I don't even know what that is anymore. Yeah, just like a tiny bit lower. It just... there we go. That should be better. Alright, so Shangri-La. Let's learn about Shangri-La, because I forgot what it was.
So now someone said something in chat, which means this must be working.
Is repeatedly.
No, I hope so.
What the hell? A stream started on my YouTubes without me telling it to start. That was weird. Don't do that, YouTube. Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, so. It's like, why am I hearing Mauler? Or Mauler. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. This article is about the legendary fictional location from the city of Yunnan, China. China? Shangri-La is a fictional place described in 1933 novel Lost Horizon by a British author, James Hilton. Hilton described Shangri-La as a mystical, harmonious valley, gently guided from a... what? Whatever. Enclosed in the western end of whatever, Shangri-La has become synonymous with any earthly paradise, particularly a mythical Himalayan utopia. Well, seems like that's probably what this is supposed to be based on then. A permanently happy land, isolated from the world. In the novel, the people that live in Shangri-La are almost immortal, living hundreds of years beyond their normal lifespan and only very slowly aging in appearance. The name also evokes the imagery. Why did I say imaginary? The imagery of exorcism of the Orient. The Orient. Exorcism. Oh, wait. What? It's not... There's no R. Huh? It's a trend in European art design, whereas artists became fascinated with ideas and styles in distant regions. Exotism? Exoticism? The fuck? That's not how you pronounce that, is it? Have I heard that word in my life? Let's find out.
Exoticism.
Oh, exoticism. I definitely was pronouncing that incorrectly. I swear to God, it looks like exotism. There's a C. Sorry. I'm sorry. I thought it was S. Shut up. It's hard to read this text like this, okay? I got this on my monitor here where I just look at the damn sound levels and stuff. It's kind of far. I don't have it on my main monitor where I get a good view of the actual text. Why do you think I have the speech thingy? Alright, that's good enough. I get the basic gist of what they're going for. Where's Krillin? I don't know, they're around there somewhere. Exoticism. I have not actually heard of that word before, by the way. I've heard of exotic and stuff like that, but I've never heard anyone say exoticism before. Sounds like a made-up word to me, but you know, whatever. Apparently, it is a made-up word. It is some sort of art bullshit dealing with a specific type of art, meaning some artsy fartsy fuck made up that word to describe their art. That's what I imagine, at least. Look, let me have that. Let me have that. I'm further than that, Paul. Yeah, I've gotten past that point. Though I do play the game fairly slowly. You are the Luminary, are you not? The one who have awaited all these years. His Holiness told us that you have come. Why don't you guys speak in a weird way like all the rest of the people? You're so secluded, you would think that you would have some of the most crazy dialect of them all, but no. You actually speak clean, easy to understand English instead of some, like, broken pseudo-English / French / Spanish / whatever the hell, all mixed in one damn sentence, okay? Look. I hate that crap. Like, it's supposed to be translated in English. Like, is there absurd amounts of English in the French version of this game or something? Pray stay and talk a while for the process to the High Hall. Everyone is eager to meet you at last. I was playing Smash Bros. earlier, yesterday. Like yesterday night, I should say. Last night. There we go. My brain finally caught up. I was playing Smash Brothers last night. Woo, we got a complete sentence. Now, I was playing the video game Smash Brothers last night. So, now here's the thing. I was playing a little bit with Incineroar. Thinking about, like, man, they need to hurry up and release a new character. I thought they said they were releasing a new character. And I guess my brain kind of, was kind of a little bit still in Smash Brothers mode. Because the first thing I wanted to do after I was finished talking to her was jump up in the air and then kick her in the head while backing away from her. Like, I was like, all right. Like, oh, that's a good... Right now, you know what I should try to do? I should jump away from her and then, like, fast fall and kick her in the head and see what she does from there. And I'm like, wait a second, that's Smash Brothers. I'm trying to fucking... Like, I really did think about, like, my brain said, okay, drop kick her in the head. Like, it's like, oh, yeah. Like, this is what my brain told me to do. Like, that was nothing to you guys. You guys didn't see shit because the game doesn't have those commands. But R1 button is my jump button, right? So I hit R1, and then if you notice, I turned, and that was me fast falling, and then I hit my joystick to the right, which means I turned to the right again because my right joystick is my forward tilt. So I jumped forward tilted while fast falling. So it went boop boop. And then I started to hit back because I wanted to like fade back just a little bit and space it out better because I felt I was a little too close. So that's what it looked like. I only played for a couple of hours last night, but I get somehow my brain got stuck in Smash Brothers mode. What the hell? I really did try to drop kick her in the head. Like, welcome to Shangri-La. Da-da-da, drop kick, bitch. That could be like some YouTuber could make like an animated video of that, like Smash Brother player plays whatever game, right? You could do it with any franchise. A Smash Brother player plays Skyrim, and then, you know, some iconic scene happens in Skyrim, and then like the player does some sort of fucking like combo with like a Mario combo on them or some shit, right? Like, even though they're playing with like the Fusrada Dragonborn duty. Like, wait a second. All the monks have gathered in the high hall to welcome the Luminary to Shangri-La. The day we've all been waiting for has finally come. Well, nearly all of us. I don't really know what a Luminary is. I'll ask my mother later. Like, even the children speak well in this town. I love this town. His Holiness has the power to sense a person's true nature with a single glance. This is why the Grand Master chose him to be the new High Lama. in spite of his years. What? How's my character looking at him like that? Like, what are you doing here? Like, why you gotta look at him all sideways, man? Some of our less enlightened disciples resented being ruled over by a boy at first, but he has proved himself to be a wise and able leader and gained the admiration of all. Alright, like, what's that from? That's from something. Child leader Shangri-La. There's a movie that did that, isn't there? Like the first, like a spiritual leader that's a child. Movies, spiritual leader, child. Whoa, why did it get so quiet? Did the game just get like a lot less quiet for you? What the hell? Hold on. Is my forward tilt, so I some of our less enlightened disciples here. Shangri-La. There's a spiritual leader that's a child. Movies, spiritual leader, child. Whoa, why did it get so quiet? Did the game just get like a lot less quiet for you? Okay, it didn't change for you guys at all. That's really weird. The level of the audio changed drastically for me on my side. I thought maybe you guys were affected too. And I was like, okay, maybe I gotta change something. But yeah, that didn't happen on your side. That's weird. The closest thing I can think of to a spiritual leader type child thing that I know for sure I can remember was the Eddie Murphy film. Eddie Murphy... Magic Dagger? There was a magic dagger in it. Was it called literally The Golden Child? Yeah, it's called The Golden Child. The Golden Child. Here he is. There's the Golden Child, the spiritual leader. I feel like I remember other movies that did the same thing now. Because he's supposed to be like a reincarnation or something. We found this man lying unconscious on the slopes of the mountain. He was gravely injured, but we were able to nurse him back to health. At first, we were wary of him. For many moons now, the soldier of Heliodor have laid siege to our temple, but it seems we had nothing to fear. He is a man of honor. I was guarding the mountain gate when we were attacked by monsters. If the disciples hadn't come to my aid, I would surely have lost my life. We had blockaded their home at Sir Jasper's orders, but despite this, they saved my life and welcomed me into their home. I can still hardly believe it. Well, I wonder who the bad guy is then, huh? One side tries to kick everyone out, one side tries to welcome those people in, even the people who are doing the kicking. Interesting. Clearly these people in this temple are evil. And maybe you can daily shave. I don't know how that show works. You'd have to come up with an act, though. Basically, you try to be doing you'd be trying to do impersonations, being it. You can't just do impersonations and that'd be it. You have to be like a stand-up comic or something. Now, here's a face I haven't seen before. Tell me, are you the Prince of Dundrasil? Yes. I thought as much. You remind me of my old friend. Your eyes are just like his. Hey! What old friend? You trying to say my daddy slept around? Alright, maybe he did. I don't know. Whether one emerges from the battle in triumph or defeat depends on not one's skill with the sword, but one's magical might. But upon one's will to win. What? No matter how powerful one's opponent, one must clear one's mind of all doubt and devote oneself entirely to overcoming the challenge they present. One of one equals one and one of one. And one should remember that one is wanting of wanting. One, one, one. One, 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 one. Amen. This is the first teaching of Angela. We disciples train day after day to master that mindset. Message from the High Lama. Dalai Lama? What is a Dalai Lama? That's a spiritual leader, isn't it? Dalai Lama. Yes, the 14th Dalai Lama is a current Dalai Lama. Blah, 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 blah. I just want to know what the Dalai Lama's purpose is. It's like a spiritual leader, isn't he? Yeah, 100%. This is what they're based off of. These people. They're wearing almost the same clothing. They have in same, pretty similar color schemes. I just want to know what the Dalai Lama is. What is his job? Tibetan people were the foremost spiritual leader of Gelug, or Yellow Hat, school of the Tibetan Buddhism. The newest of the classic schools of Tibetan Buddhism. The 14th and current Dalai. I don't care about who he is at the moment. I'm just wanting to know what his job is. So at the time of the 5th Dalai Lama in the 17th century, his personage has always been a symbol of unification of the state of the Dalai Lama, just unification of the state of Tibet, where he has represented the Buddhist values and the traditions. The Dalai Lama was an important figure in politically and numerically dominant in the cultural central Tibet. So he's the Pope. He's the Buddhist Pope. All right, good to know. Good to know. I mean, I've heard him spoken about, like this current Dalai Lama. I recognize his face. I've seen him in the news and stuff like that here and there when I was still actively watching the news, and I didn't give up on that shit. So I forgot that it was Tibet though. So that helps. and I wasn't even sure it was Buddhism. I just knew it was like he was like an Asian religious leader. That's all I really knew, which was not very specific. Asia's a big ass place. Like there's a lot of Asians. Like that's like saying that's like saying he's a white leader. Like he's a white religious leader. Like, oh shit, that's a lot. You know, that's a lot of people, right? You know how many different even types of white people there are? What do you mean? Could you at least be more specific? Disciples of Angela, no doubt the events of the recent days have come as a shock, but I urge you, do not lose hope. And this is from the High Lama. Let us honor the memory of our fallen master by devoting ourselves wholly to our training. The Wheel of Time, that is a book. As a series of books, is always turning. Do Buddhists believe in reincarnation? I seem to remember something about... I do seem to remember something about some monks not wanting to kill bugs because you might be reincarnated as a bug. So maybe they also believe in reincarnation. I know there's a bunch of different people who believe in it. I can't remember the main people who believe in it though. The one where like, isn't it? There's what religion goes real deep in it? Isn't it like the Hinduism one, the one with the Shiva and all that stuff? That goes real deep in it. Like there's a lot of detail given into how reincarnation works and whatnot. Or is it the Buddhism? I don't know. The Wheel of Time is always turning, but with good karma, we may speed her soul's progress back to the light. It's interesting how this stuff is always based on real world things in this game. Sup, girl? Howdy, honey. What brings you here? Me? I was moseying around, minding my own business, when I found myself smack dab in the middle of a gang of red-eyed monsters fixing to eat me up. Sarcasm? You mean sarcasm? I'm not sure what's going on. Basically a spiritual guide. Yeah, I knew that. I wanted more detail. Like, he's basically a Tibetan pope. He's the pope for Tibet. For the Buddhist version of a pope. That's probably be more accurate. He probably serves until he's dead. Things like that. That's to anticipate how those religious positions are set up. What brings you here? Oh, yeah, that's right. If it hadn't been for a couple of kindly disciples coming to my rescue, I'd have been torn into itty-bitty bits. These fellas sure are strong and fast, and you should have seen them wail on those varmints. Quick as all get out. Guess all this training really does pay off. Varmints. I haven't heard someone say that shit since Looney Tunes. People actually say that on purpose? And they're not from Looney Tunes? Varmints? So next thing you know, she's gonna be talking about wascally rabbits and shit. Don't go hungry. Oh my god, is it gonna talk about Hungary? Don't go hungry. The local... Okay, no, I was just assuming too much. The local delicacies of Angela. It is widely agreed that Angela's unique style of cooking grew out of the need to provide delicious nutrients for the monks to perform their grueling training. Wait, now see, that's a different type. So they're merging a lot of different of monks together, because like, aren't those like the Shaolin monks that do like spend their whole lives training? Shaolin monks. When do they start training? Because I believe you're brought into it from your childhood and then you just like live there. Isn't that how that goes? And like you wake up and you train until you go to sleep. Some shit like that. I swear I saw a documentary or something on it. And they're like they train so much and they've been training for so many years that the ground that they train on is like divoted. It's like divoted because so many generations of people have trained in the exact same spot doing the exact same movements that the ground is divoted. Yes, it's Shaolin. Look at this. Look. See, I didn't even look it up, but this is a site talking about it. This is a site talking about like Shaolin monks routine training day, talking about the history of it and all that stuff. Look at this picture. Look at this. Look. You see what I'm saying? Look at the ground. They wore down the paving stones. These motherfuckers. Relentless, dude. So something was talking about their vegetarian diet. Perhaps the temple's most famous dish is the legendary Bam Bam noodles, which are served only at special festivals. Claims that this is a most delicious food in all of the world are certainly not unfounded. The meal is said to symbolize pride in one's achievements, and anyone capable of making the arduous mountain climb in order to taste them firsthand has every reason to be pleased with themselves. Evil person says they lies. Here, I'll Google it specifically. Shaolin monks wearing down the ground? Rather, because like it's not just like paving stones and shit like that. There's like all kinds of shit that they would wear out. What they would wear out. How about this? How about yeah. I'm finding more and more of it. Because like they spend their whole damn lives training in the same spots, doing the same movements in those spots every damn day. And not just there, but like the paths that they walk will sometimes be worn out like that. Look. And you see them all behind him and stuff, like all the like spaced in a way where like this person has just enough distance from that person to do their movements. Like, yep, That's what happens, man. It's like water. Water can do the same thing over freaking a long enough period of time, and it's just people stomping on the ground in the same spot for fucking centuries. And then, like, oh, it's time to replace the ground, I guess. We done stomped up the ground too damn much with our foots. That's crazy, dude. The level of dedication it takes. As for my religion, I worship Cthulhu, says James. Hey, hold on. Size. I still I still need to read the Cthulhu stuff sometime, by the way. I haven't ever read it. The Call of Cthulhu, I believe, is the main thing. Now, I've read the first 3 things written by H.P. Lovecraft. I was like, if I'm gonna read, I might as well read his whole entire works like I normally do with other people's stuff. But I only got around to finishing, I think, like I said, the first 3 books or stories. You could hardly call them books. So yeah, that's a mind flare. That's not Cthulhu. I guess you could say it's Cthulhu. Someone did a good job. This looks like a mind flare. I was gonna pull up like some images of Cthulhu and say like "bow" or some shit like that. This looks like a mind flare from D&D, but I'm sure mind flares are based off of Cthulhu, right? I think that's probably where he got his inspiration. Well, there's a couple cool pictures of the Cthulhu. The Cthulhu. Not Cthulhu, the Cthulhu. Alright, so the last one I read, the last novel of his I read, was either one about... I could be mixing it up. It might have been a person in some sand? It was either some person in some sand, or it was a person in some water who was on an island and thirsty, and then saw something moving far off in the distance, and it like made him go crazy because it was like massive, and he's like, how could it possibly be real, or some shit like that. It was one of those two. I could be mixing up the books with something else I read, but I feel like there was one, like, was one of his books involved someone who was visiting a grave, and he could hear voices, and there was a key or something, and he was going into the graves. It was a graveyard, but it wasn't. What's the name for it? When you bury them not in the ground exactly, but in what's the name for it? Oh fuck, my brain don't do things. Like, it's a little small building, and that little small building actually goes underground and has like a basement, a massive basement, and that's where the bodies are buried. And like, you can see the sarcophagi, I guess would be the plural for it. I don't really know. Mausoleum, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I don't really even remember if that's right though. My brain no do things today, as you could tell by just watching the stream. I've been saying lots of stupid stuff. But yeah, he was visiting it. It was locked, and it was abandoned. And he said that it was like he had been talking to the dead his whole life or something in the story. And he had weird mannerisms, as in he would, even though he was young, he would sometimes make references to things that were well beyond his years, or well before his time, speaking in odd mannerisms and using odd terminology and slang that was from a time long gone, you know, things like that and shit. You know, they would, the book was, I mean, the little short story was saying shit like that. And then it turned out that like he was sneaking in there and laying down with the bodies or some shit, and that was freaking people out. And so they took him and they put him in a mental institution. And he's like, no, I can hear them, they're alive. And he demanded that he gets buried down there, because it turned out that he said that he was supposed to be buried down there, and that's why he could hear those people, because one of the tombs that he would go and lay into, it had his name on it. Something like that. That was one of the books, short stories. And I think there was another one where there was a man and there was some people who kidnapped him. He was like dying of thirst, and some sand people kidnapped him, and they're like, you live with us now. And he's like, nah, man. Or this might be, I might be mixing it up. This might be like a movie or a book or something that's different. And he's like, I don't want to live with y'all. And they're like, yeah, you live with us now. You gotta keep this, you gotta keep the sand. You gotta keep the sand walls up, or else it'll cave in. And we gotta gather water in a very specific way. And he's like, no. And you have to like work every day. Like their houses were like under the sand or some shit, and there was like a big sand wall, or I don't remember, man. The Tomb? Yeah, that sounds like it might have been what it was called. Like I said, it was the first few books. Like if I look, I can look them up. Like H.P. Lovecraft books in order, stories in order. How about that? Because these were very much not really that big. The Mystery of the Graveyard. Now that the Secret Cave, or yo, man, this is chronological order. Is that when they were written? Because sometimes, what does it mean when you chronological? Is that based on when they're written, or is that based on the chronological like timeline in the stories? I think that's just when they're written, right? My brain's not working today, I'm telling you. I clicked on this, and it says H.P. Lovecraft, a reading order for beginners. And the first thing it starts talking about is that apparently he was racist or something. I don't care about any of that shit unless he was making a big deal about that in his books. Then it'd be kind of boring to listen to. Ah, that's it, The Tomb. It was the very first one. So yeah, I did, the Tomb was published in 1922. Dagon. A short story. It was written... Okay, what is it? What is it? What does Dagon talk about? A story of a testament of a tortured, morphine-addicted man who relates an incident that occurred during his service and the officer, unnamed narrator. His cargo ship is captured by Imperial German Sea Raider, one of the most blah 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 blah. He escapes on a lifeboat. Yeah, this is the one where he sees a big monster off in the distance. Okay. A reminiscence of Dr. Samuel John. The story is a spoof of Lovecraft's. It doesn't even say what it is. There's like, this is it? This is the whole entry? That doesn't say shit. What about Polaris? Maybe that'll say something. An unnamed narrator describes his nightly obsession with the pole star and his recurring dreams in his city under siege. The narrator struggles to determine whether... okay, this must have been... Okay, so I didn't read up to this point. The story begins with the narrator describing the night sky as observed over long sleepless nights from his window. In particular, the pole star, Polaris, which he describes as a winking hideously like a insane watching eye. Yeah, okay. I didn't read this one. So I read the first 2 to 3, one of the other. There's no fucking description for the third book for some reason in fucking Wiki. Reanimator. I've seen the Reanimator. The Dunwich Horror. Isn't that the one that has the Wabbajacker or something like that it's called? Then make your way to the beach where you can sun yourself and enjoy a good look at the snacking and delicious tropical fruit. The sweet, juicy flavors of fresh Valerian produce. Valerian. That's almost just like Valerian from Game of Thrones, but it's Valar. Ian. Produce simply can be beaten. Once the day starts, the cool. Make sure you're way to the casino. Yeah, I get it. Fuck, it's okay. I don't care, man. I don't care about your tourist attraction book for a place I've already been to. Cool, Meagle. A mini metal, baby. Here, let me find out. Wabbajaca, I think is how you pronounce it. No, that's from Skyrim. It's something like that, though. Brain, come back and teach me how to say words that I used to know. I know how to find out what the word the monster's name I'm looking for is. The Shoggoth. Shoggoth. That's the what I'm looking for. Shoggoth. Is that the one that has the Shoggoth in it? Na 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 na. Yeah, the Wabbajack is a Skyrim god or something, right? I don't know why I was thinking Wabbajack or something. There really isn't much to this place. It seems big, but then it just like dead ends real quick. There's this path up here though. There's this place. Ah, the Mountains of Madness is the Shoggoth. Okay. Welcome, Luminary. We have been awaiting your arrival for many years. One of us was especially eager to meet you, but alas, sire. Pray speak of his holiness. He will tell you more. Wah, 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 wah. James is an expert of Cthulhu, man. I mentioned Shoggoth, and he already knows what damn novel it came from. Like, I only know the name of some of these damn things. I know some references of... I know them only through references in other things that I've experienced and read and played and watched and various other things. Can we speak to her? Angela is a home of a society of monks who spend all their time training in extra strong and clever. Are you here to train too? Yeah, sure. I knew it. You should go up to the field of the disciples. What? Discipline. Field of discipline. Like, what are they gonna do? Spank me? That's the name of our famous training ground. The best sorcerer in history trained here. There. A field of discipline. Welcome, Luminary. We have been awaiting your arrival for many years. One of us was especially eager to meet you, but alas, pray speak of his holiness. He will tell you more. Here in the Temple of Angela, disciples undergo the most arduous training imaginary in order to draw out their latent spiritual powers. Before the mountain path was barricaded by the Heladorian army, we would-be heroes would come here all the time, all over Erdrea, to hope of learning the secrets of our strength. You read it yesterday. Jesus Christ, what a coincidence. That's an awfully big damn coincidence, James. I just saw a load of disciples racing into the hall, to the high hall. His holiness. I was about to say his loneliness. I got ahead of myself with that L. Because Meagle's talking about Skyrim, wait. I might even own that. Oh no, no, I haven't. That's there's something I've seen that though. I've seen like trailer for it and whatnot. I played something about some underwater city, sinking city type of thing now. For a little bit, I think. Game. Underground. Ocean. Boat. Submarine? Put in H.P. Lovecraft. Sunless Sea, that's it. I don't know if it has anything to do with H.P. Lovecraft, but that's the game I was thinking that you meant. Here, I pulled up on Steam so you could see it. I don't know if it would be your style of game. Sunless Sea, and it is a game I do own. Okay, I do own it. I played it for 6 hours, and I always meant to play it again, but I never got around to it. Lose your mind, eat your crew, die. Take the helm of your steamship and set sail over the unknown. Sunless Sea is a game of discovery, loneliness, and a frequent death, set in the award-winning Victorian Gothic universe of fallen London. So it's like a really weird. Like, you're gonna unmute every damn time I skip? Alright, man, then, like, fuck you. I won't be doing that then. So there's this, like, really weird system, how you interact with, like, all the different boats and stuff like that. And there's, like, there's an absurd amount of islands and stuff like that. And you're kind of, like, you start out, in one area. Like, I don't know, like, this might be, like, say this is the area you start out. Like, I don't see a lot of good map information here. Let's see if I can find something better than this. Okay, well, we do got a little bit of stuff here. You can see that there's different boats and whatnot, because you start out with like a little shitty boat and a couple of crew members, and eventually you can build it up and get more crew members and recruit all kinds of people from all over. Like look at this fucking guy. He's a weird squid dude, right? Like, there's like a lot of weird, like, the story is like crazy. You go to all these towns. It's all text-based, of course, when you go to the towns. Like, it's a weird sort of way to play a game. I don't know how to describe it. But then when you get to the town and you have all this like management shit you gotta do in the town, and deep, compelling world packed with 350,000 words of stories and secrets. Okay, there we go. So, like, yeah, you do spend like a lot of time like on the water trying to get like stuff and going from point A to point B and doing things. But then eventually you, like, when you get to other places, when you get to point B, you're just not picking up some shit and leaving. There's like lots of fucking dialogue that you read, obviously. 3,500 words of stories and secrets. Your crew can go insane. You know, light and dark, terror and madness spin too long on the wide dark sea, and your crew will grow fearful and eventually lose their sanity, which is a thing. Like your crew will go crazy and do weird shit and stuff like that. So you're trying to like manage your. It's almost like an odd. It's within the same sort of vein as like maybe that one game. What's that other one? That other game that I have that's an odd sort of strategy type of thingy too from time to time. I mean, I got like 300 and something games on my Steam list. I'm not gonna be able to fucking find it through there very quickly. Let's think about keyword searches here. I could do the HP Lovecraft. I could put that in the search. Turn-based. Yeah, I can't really think of many search terms to add to it. Let's see. It's kind of a roguelike, maybe. Turn-based HP Lovecraft video game roguelike, and then say RPG. That came up with a bunch of shit I'm not looking for. Let's just put in what I'm saying. Fuck, what would be the other one? What is it called? What is it called? Damn. Give me a second. Alright, I'm looking through my entire Steam list. It's happening. Is the air conditioning on at 3:30 fucking p.m.? The heat? I mean, that no fucking way. The air conditioning was on. I think one of the kids tried to turn the air conditioning on or something a little while ago or something. But maybe they tried to turn the heat on and instead they turned on the air conditioning. I don't know. But I am going to find out the name of this game. I am obsessed with it now. I will look through every Steam game, all 500 of them, or however many the fuck I have. I'm on the letter D. Darkest dungeon, baby. Yeah. Luckily it was letter D, everybody. I didn't have to go through very many letters. I wasn't gonna give up. My brain wouldn't like come up with the correct search terms to find it, and I didn't remember the name of it. Darkest Dungeon is the same sort of thing. It's sort of like Darkest Dungeon, but Darkest Dungeon is a different type of game. It doesn't deal with the water and whatnot. The combat system is different because there's like an actual combat system like this. Like you see, like you create your team, and you give them their order. Like he's in the front, you know. So when these people attack, it's hard for them to attack people back here because he's in the way, and you can develop like disorders, and your characters can go crazy and stuff like that. And the deeper you delve into the dungeon, the crazier everything becomes, and the easier it becomes for your people to lose their sanity and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that that one game, The Sunless Sea, is basically the same sort of game. I played more of the Darkest Dungeon though. That one I played like at least a few dozen hours of. There's a hell of a lot less reading involved in the Darkest Dungeon. The color out of space. There's an HP Lovecraft DLC. I thought the whole damn thing was already on HP Lovecrafty before there was a DLC. I just saw a load of disciples racing into the High Hall. His Holiness must have summoned them. I've never seen them so excited before. I wonder what's going on. I'm getting in my typical distracted way of playing this game again, where it's like, hold on, we need to research something. I guess that's just how I play this game. By the time I finish this game, I'll have researched the entire world. Like the entire known universe, maybe. Hey, Jesus. Welcome, Luminary. This is the High Hall of Erdrea. His Holiness awaits you within. Never consume the cowler of space if you value your life.
To Erdrea, honored Luminary. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this most sacred temple.
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your people know of my companion?
Why is your voice so low compared to the rest of the audio of the game, dude?
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world in the castle of Dundrasil.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this banner? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the Age of Heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us for 6 years of their youth. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great Grand Master Pang.
Grandmaster Pang?
Sadly, that was not to be.
Man.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the World Tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala to protect the temple from destruction.
A magical mandala?
The spell succeeded, but its power was too great. Grand Master Pang did not return.
No.
A noble sacrifice indeed.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you. Come to the Field of Discipline. It lies behind this hall. There is something you must see.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble. Come, let us see what His Holiness has in store.
Alright, hopefully I can open up the menu soon and it doesn't go straight into another cutscene. Yay! Like, why the fuck is it so quiet? Music is sound effects. Is it not? Voices. Voices are 10. Music is 8. Alright, man. Music is 7. 6. Sound effects is 9. Maybe that'll be enough to hear the freaking people talk. I mean, I can hear them. It's just they were low, like compared to the music. The music was much louder than the way their voices. When the Lord of Shadow went to the World Tree, crashing to the ground, Grandmaster Pang summoned a mighty magical mandala to keep the temple safe from harm. But the exertion was too much, and the Master did not return. A life was given to save those of we disciples. We must make sure to put them to good use. For months, Heliodor has laid siege to this temple, accusing us of harboring the Darkspawn. All this despite our ancient alliance with Dundrasil, the nation that was once their closest ally. No doubt their forces would have stormed the gates long ago, were it not for the fear of Grandmaster Pang's power, were enough to hold an entire army at bay. Jesus Christ, my dude. Really? Sob. Sniff. Ah, forgive me. It is a pleasure to meet you. Alas, Luminary. I only wish the Grandmaster Pang could have shared this joy. The Grandmaster had awaited your coming more eagerly than any other. If only our beloved leader had not been taken from us. No, poor guy. It is my honor to serve as chief instructor of this temple. It is Dundrasil had not fallen. I would have trained you as a child according to the instructions of Grandmaster Pang. No doubt you are eager to undertake the training that is your birthright. But first, pray speak with His Holiness. He awaits you by the entrance to the Field of Discipline, which stands behind the temple. Fear not, traveler. I plan to put my training to good use and protect all who seek to shelter from danger here. If the worst should come to pass, I shall lay my very life in the line. My steely physique shall shield this temple from attack. Beyond this tunnel lies the Field of Discipline. Many would-be warriors have entered this sacred arena to train their bodies and their minds. Now, Luminary, it is your turn. What if I want to go upstairs instead? What's up here? What's this? What is this? Who are you? My friend was chosen to be the new High Lama. Now he's the most important person in Angela after the Grand Master, and everyone has to do what he says. Amazing, isn't it? He is only the same age as me, but we couldn't be more different. Alright. Well. Sup, girl? Welcome, Luminary. This is the Grand Master's chambers. It is where the Grand Master Peng herself resides until that fateful day. It is also where you would have awoken each morning if you had come here. Oh, I see books. New armor sets or stories. Master teaches the man of the world, and the man devoted oneself to the deeds in the world and stuff, and bringing the holiness and protecting it. And the master teaches through suffering and blah 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 blah, loving kindness and shit and blah blah blah, goodness and serving and stuff and principles that we live by. Gotcha. On the nature of the naughty stick. What the fuck? It is the field of discipline. The Grand Master of Angela wields a mighty weapon whose name echoes throughout the ages. I speak not of the wave cutter scimitar, nor of the staff of torn clouds. No, I speak of the naughty stick. What the fuck? Are there any more dragons appearing? Anything? No, I haven't really done much since I started streaming today, man. I've just been wandering around. I've basically done 10 minutes of gameplay and an hour of like looking into different things. Sorry. It is said that the stick itself is the origins of this legendary tool are instruction can be traced back to the very foundation of Angela. It is said that the stick itself chose the very first Grand Master. Some believe that it was carved from a branch of Yggdrasil, and that even a dragon could not break it. Damn, Xavier. Calling you out, saying you ain't tough enough. Though it tried with all its might. Of course, it is the best known for its use in punishing young monks for lapses of focus. The pain it inflicts is rumored to be so severe that acolytes fear that their very souls have been spanked from their bodies. What the fuck? I need this naughty stick. I want to beat up some monsters with it. It better have some amazing properties, like it causes fear or some shit. Yes, that's it. Nothing else here. I see you up there. Sneaky little shit. They're always being sneaky little shits. Creeping on people. You are not sorry, not once. What? The naughty stick is your only weakness. And he wants me to go off to the field of discipline to show me something. This little kid better not be trying to show me the naughty stick. He's gonna have to grow up a few more years before he thinks he can start like whooping somebody. Welcome, Prince of Dundersill, to the field of discipline, where your ancestors trained to be mighty warriors and wise rulers. The High Lama awaits you within. Like everybody's gathering around waiting for the naughty stick.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angela strive.
Your other weakness, chocolate icing.
Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history.
He's
And of
about
the
to.
luminary of legend himself, Erdwin.
I tried to see if I could start a new game and name my character Erdwin, but it said you can't. Because it's like, what if you called your character Erdwin? Because they were talking about Erdwin or something, whatever. But because you remember, like that was one of his possible names, where the baby, the father of this character was like, I was thinking we should call him Erdwin, but like in that cutscene, but then it picked the name. But she's like, nah, man, we're gonna call him Xearrik, but you know, which is what I named him, because his name was blank. It didn't start out as Erdwin, it didn't start out as anything. So it'd have been. I was trying to figure out if the cutscene would be different. So it'd be like, I want to name him Erdwin, and she's like, nah, man, we're gonna call him Erdwin, and it'd be like, wait a second, isn't that what he just said? But no, it didn't. You can't even select that as a name. It's forbidden. Prepare yourself for the buttock smacking of your life, says James. Chocolate ice cream on the puff puffs. Damn. That'd be cold. Let me tell you of a little. Oh, wait, I already read.
Before setting
He
out
already
to
said that. I
defeat
mean.
the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise Ones, who made their homes here even then. The first Grand Master, i.e., accepted him as a disciple and trained him in the secrets of spiritual realization.
Spiritual realization, is that like picturing success or something?
But he did not train alone. During his time here, he met someone who would change his fate forever.
At a girl, everybody.
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples, a young mage whose talent outshone that of all who had come before. A man named Morkant.
Oh, okay, I didn't know he saw him that way, but understandable. Still found his love, though.
Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip the other. Though they were fierce rivals, they became firm friends.
Well, I'm sure they did.
When their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Without Morkant's magic, he might never have prevailed.
I'm totally picturing the Predator, like muscle hand clasp scene. You son of a bitch.
Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone, a pledge of eternal friendship. It has been a treasure of ours ever since.
Yo, why is it gotta be so big? Like, seriously? You know, some people just put a heart on a tree. They gotta, like, make a giant ass slab stone in the middle of a damn room.
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now, allow me to show you to the field of discipline, if you would be so good as to follow me.
He just straight up ignored his question. Because that was a question. It might not have been, like, phrased as a question, but it was intended to be a question. I haven't heard of this more than blah 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 person. Meaning, tell me more about them. We two sworn companions, Erdwin and Morkant, do hereby pledge our eternal love to lay down the Dark One, though it may cost us our very lives. May this pact of love and friendship stand from now until eternity. Damn, girl. They really cared for each other. You son of a Cthulhu. As Cthulhu, son of a beach, as Cthulhu would say. And Russians, apparently. I didn't know the Cthulhu was Russian. That explains a lot. Hey, this looks just like the place where that old dude battled Grandmaster Pang, who was dead. And he was dead, you know? This looks like the place, but less in space and more like grounded.
Welcome to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt sweat and blood upon these flagstones. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil before you.
Karma? Do they use that word for like history or the hell? I've never heard karma used in that way. Like your past, like if your karma had been different, as in if things in your life had happened differently, if there were different circumstances in your past that, you know, you would have been, this would have happened because, you know, maybe they could mean karma as in like luck.
I have brought you here so that you might stand
That makes
in the
sense.
footsteps of your ancestors.
Because I've heard of
An
karma, like people
unbroken
having bad and
line
good karma and all
leading
that.
all the way back to the age of heroes.
But then at that point, it feels like they're blaming it on him, right? Because I thought karma was something you make, right? So he had, so they're saying he has shitty karma, meaning he's a bad person who earned the bad shit that happened to him. Like, I really don't. I've never heard karma used the way that they're using it. Like, it couldn't be intended in that way. It was used as in like your past event, the events that in your past that make you who you are. Karma, apparently.
Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall live long in the temple's memory.
If you worship Yog Sothoth, you get unlimited smarts. I like how you said unlimited smarts. But your head may explode. Or worse, your wife's baby will turn into a half goat, half human hybrid. Yo, are you saying this Yog Sothoth knocks up your woman? That's the price? Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall long live in the temple's memory.
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation. Directly to their fundament.
Their
It
fundament?
became known as the Naughty Stick.
Yo, kid, what the fuck are you doing with that, and where did you get that from? That thing is bigger than you are. How the fuck did you have that without anybody noticing? Like, was that shit super glued to your back or something?
During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honorable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times.
10,000? How does he even have a butt?
The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times, lest he face the same fate.
James is loving it.
A legendary achievement indeed.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him by the Grand Master, and emerged stronger every time. The fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. I sense it.
This game is truly odd, says Vepper.
Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited
A
arrival.
modest feast.
We would be greatly honored if you would join us. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us, but in this respect at least, we can provide.
High Lama holds something to honor. Long-suffering disciples are overjoyed to have an evening respite, or respite. No, I've heard it pronounced both ways, but you know, an evening of rest and rejuvenation from their training, and eat, drink, and dance to the early hours. Then morning comes. Just responding to a message. Ah, crap. I tugged on the wire on my... Let me know if my mic just is messed up now. Damn, James. I'm giving them shit, huh? Better watch out. They might give you that,
It is
stick.
high time we were on our way. If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight against the Lord of Shadows. Sadly, it was not to be.
I wonder if we're gonna encounter the old man, since he's like technically here, but in like some sort of in-between dead dimension type of thing. So this is where we find him or something. Because he was like the last character we controlled before we went back to here, and he was being like paddled by that lady again. Sup, girl? Good morning, Luminary. Did you enjoy last night's banquet? With the Grand Master gone, there is little we of Erdrea can offer you as part of our hospitality. Please feel free to rest here as long as you like. Okay, hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Because everyone will be there. But if you want... you can email, you can put all right. Basically, if you worship dragon, you get tons of free fish for a mouth. I think he meant mouth. Sup? Fear not, traveler. I plan to put my training to good use and protect all of those who seek shelter and danger and stuff. Yeah, what if I go in this direction instead? Work harder, I shall discipline you. I think I had too much fun at this party last night, but I'll keep on dancing. The High Lama would be furious if I were to neglect my training. So basically, all the High Lama does is spank people. The The dance may look simple, but it takes many years of training to perform its precisely and rhythmically. Only when I can keep dancing the whole day through will I finally be ready to process the next stage of my training. But my arms feel like they're going to fall off already. Because, like, apparently the other guy, like, does the training and whatnot, like, instructions. Like, it was that other dude. So it's like whoever's the grandmaster or whatever just, like, spanks them when they're out of line. What am I doing? Nothing more than you see, running around the field of discipline. It is part of my training. If I work hard enough and study long enough, perhaps one day the master will deem me fit to face the most legendary of all trials, the Wheel of Harma. The Wheel of Harma. Jesus Christ. You have to sacrifice an outsider every month. Does this outsider have to be a virgin tied to a stake? The traditional dragon sacrifice. Ah, Luminary. I trust you slept well last night. His Holiness awaits you outside. It seems he is keen to wish you luck on your next stage of your journey. He had said he intended to speak with you alone, but I hear raised voices coming from the other side of the door. What could be happening out there, I wonder? We have company. One of our missing companions, perhaps?
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too strong. We were unable to reach him.
I see.
Your Holiness, is there a problem?
Dagon. I thought it was
Yes,
dragon.
Sir Hendrik.
Oh well.
I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us unannounced.
Is this
Then
raised
just
voices?
as suddenly departed for the top of the mountain.
Alone? Whatever for?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. He was last seen climbing the path to the summit. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of Shadows. It is a perilous place indeed.
Wipe them out. You guys are strong warriors, I thought.
This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety. As you can see, things did not go quite as planned.
Well, dispatch
I
more.
have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first true test. I have brought shame upon Angri-La.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake such a dangerous task.
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. I shall come with you. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay.
You better bring something
After
other than that
exiting the
stick.
temple, we will take the path to the east in order to begin our ascent.
path to the east. Look at this little dude following me, man. I am very wary about the summit, but it's just so. Yo, don't think that like these people here don't give a shit that you're like coming with me up the mountain? You think they'd be a little bit more concerned for their llama person? High llama, there it is. I remembered it. They turn into merfolk? They're mermen. Mermen, James. Mermen. Mermen. Merman, merman, hen. Merman, merman, hen. Merman, merman, merman. Merman, merman, merman. More ugly than mermen. Mermen are ugly as fuck though. Like mermaids, at least are top half pretty. Mermen are like all ugly. Evil person said, I don't think he's talking about this game. I'm pretty sure mermen have been portrayed like that before in other things too. Where for some reason the mermen are like fish people. Whereas the mermaids are only half fish people. And the mermen are like the mermen are more like a furry fish, right? Like how you would imagine like mermaids are like those women who wear cat ears or bunny ears, and that's a mermaid, right? Mermen are like full furries with that dress and the whole suit and everything. Like they look like fish and also are bipedal. That's the way I thought they were supposed to be. I didn't think this game was the only thing that ever did it like that. I thought that's how it was supposed to be. Like, let's look it up. I could have swore I've seen them like that in other stuff. Mermen. No, they look like they're top half male in this. That's the first thing to show up. But I've seen mermen portrayed as like with legs, like just like in this game. Let's see if we can look at it. So historically, their legend is they're mermaids. But let's see. Well, let's see. Yeah, see, here we go. This is the kind of shit I remember seeing when it comes to mermen. This, like, let me show you a bunch of this art. This is how I've always seen mermen portrayed. I mean, I guess, you know, technically there's stuff like, The Little Mermaid, right? And her father was a merman, technically. All right, here we go. We got a bunch of different merman examples here. We got this dude here. We got this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. We got this dude, and then this dude, right? And then this dude here. Like that's I've always seen them like that. His Holiness sent word that you could be coming and blah blah blah, rescue the hermit and stuff and things, and be careful. Yeah, I got it, man. Did I go over here and get this thingy? Yeah, I got this shiny thing. I got distracted by the mermans. And the merfolk is this. Innsmouther. An Innsmouther. Innsmouther. They don't look that bad. I've seen worse. That one's pretty bad. Here, let me show you. I'm gonna show you the two different images. Where I'm like, that's not that bad. I've seen worse. Like, there's some people that look worse than that, man. Like, human beings that look worse than that. And then I was like, oh, damn. All right, that's kind of bad right there. That second one's kind of ugly. Maybe that first picture was like a really beautiful example, like like he's the Keanu Reeves or whatever. The Brad Pitt of mermen. Cause that second dude was ugly as fuck. He was fucking ugly as fuck. James says, that's my dad. Ooh. You guys think we'll find another dragon? Sup? Don't you run from me, you son of a bitch horsey. Oh, look at this. We got another dragon mount and a big ass dragon right next to him. Give me my dragon mount. That's my dragon mount. That's my dragon mount. That's my dragon mount. Daddy, I thought you were dead. That's sad. Sis. Ooh, Dragon's Bane. Give me that. That's mine. Yay, I got a pet Xavier. Alright, let's see. Let's see this Dragon's Mane. That thing looks kind of cool. I trust a sword that is especially effective against super-sized lizards. Super-sized lizards. That's one good name for them. 20% extra damage to dragons. That's actually a lot of extra damage, but not still as much as my current weapon, which just allows you to attack twice. So that's double damage against anything I attack. It's super effective, in fact. Whee! Look at this. Whoa, what the fuck? Where were you hiding, big dude? The black dragon appears. Yeah, of course he appeared. Like, what the fuck? He came out of nowhere. Dragon slash that bitch. Yeah, that's right. 200 damage is pretty good. Lower his defense.
You shall not prevail.
I thought I was about to say he shall not pass. Yo, don't shout so loud. I fell down. Let's do a normal attack. Alright, so that dragon main weapon combined with the dragon slash would actually be very effective if we're going to be fighting a lot of dragons. So I might think about equipping it. Because the dragon slash does do more damage for a single hit. I like how there's one I never mess with, As in, you mess with others. You're just not gonna mess with that one. So yeah, I sacrifice outsiders to this fish god all the time. You know, I like my fish. Fucking James, weirdo dude. Like James is that dude from that bird movie. You saw that bird movie, right, James? Bird House or some shit like that, or whatever it was called. Because that has references to Eldritch God thingy stuff in it, so I figured maybe you'd like it. Let's see, Desert Flagon, how's it going? The Black Dragon is defeated. Each party member receives 1,321 experience points. Yeah, look at this, son. This is the best, dude. I wish I could have this dude all over the game. Instead of just in caves. Apparently, I'm only allowed to have dragons when in caves. You know, they don't want you flying all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, no. They're only gonna let you fly in these little inside corridors. No, I just wanna fly. Yo, what's back here? Ooh, chests. A sorcerer's ring. An elaborate band that increases max MP and restores a little MP whenever you want to battle. Well, that's pretty good. It increases and it restores, because normally I found they normally do one or the other, not both. Yiggs is so bad because he can turn your guts into snakes while you're alive. And I don't like snakes. Yeah, I think you have bigger concerns than liking or disliking snakes if your intestines have been turned into living creatures that are not doing their job inside of your stomach anymore. I mean, they could be turned into cute and fuzzy bunnies, and you're gonna still get the same results. It don't matter what they get turned into. If they're turned into any damn thing other than your intestines, then you got some problems. After the weird horse thing. Did I get it? That's a big dragon. That's not a weird horse.
Stay alert.
Stay alert? What do you mean? Like, it's right here in front of us. What's it gonna do? Sneak up behind us somehow?
You shall not prevail.
Whew. You're doing an awful lot of damage to me. Ah, Dragonhide, alright. There's nothing wrong with worshiping Dagon since he's a nice guy and he gives you free fish for a month. Yeah, you just gotta murder people for him, that's all. Sounds like a good deal, you know. Murder some people, get some free fish. Don't stop running away, dude. I was trying to dismount and get my damn because it won't let me mess with my inventory. Asshole damn thing running away again. I'm never gonna get to fight one of those damn things. Every time I approach them, they run away like cowards. They look more tough than that, but apparently they're just a big cowardly horse demon thing. Alright, Let's get him. Come on. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Gotcha, bitch.
Victory will be ours.
He looks scared as shit. Frizzle. Don't be casting fire spells on us. I'll cut your ass. Get wrecked. Oh god. That damn big ass dragon came out of nowhere, man. The whole party's been split up for a really long time, Pepper. Yeah, I'd be using tons of sexy beams, but I don't got them anymore, man. They took them away from me. No more sexy beams. And onward we go. Spend your life totally insane and never take a bath. Don't be making fun of Musashi. Musashi did not worship Cthulhu. And technically he did bathe sometimes. It was just in a waterfall or some shit like that. Take that. At least nothing scares you. Except for everything scares you because you're crazy. See, that's the whole thing of you being about batshit crazy. The things that are supposed to scare you don't scare you, but instead everything fucking scares you. The hell? It's sleepy time. And we got this as a save point now.
Blessings be upon you.
Do 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 do. I can just craft dragon's banes. They're not that bad too. Worm Fang. I need more dragon horn. Swords specifically designed for hunting down dragons. Damn. It's a great sword. It got like a damn dragon wings. This looks like a Monster Hunter World weapon. This looks like a Monster Hunter World shield. A plate of hardy dragon hide that protects against both heat and cold. Look at all this Monster Hunter gear. Armor dissembled from the dragon scale that impressively protects against fire and ice. What's Monster Hunter World, Aramis? I'm not sure what that is. I'll take that sword and shield, thank you. Yeah, I don't have enough materials for all of it though. I'd have to go farming. Just like that Monster Hunter World game. Whew. I now have this a teleport location. I can zoom to it. Zoom to the location of the top of the mountain. Give me this chest. This is my property. Grandmaster garb. Hell yeah, I'm a grandmaster. What? Don't judge me. This is my equipment. They won't let me wear it, man. Oh, that looks like it's for thick people. Look how wide that is. Garments that give the wearer the appearance of Angrila's original Grandmaster. Changes the wearer's appearance. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Can't wait to get him back and put him in it. It's been a long time since we got something that changes your appearance. It'd have been nice if that dragon armor changed appearance, but you know how it is, you know.
It seems we are too late. Is this the hermit we came in search of?
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. I am glad at least that he was prepared to meet his fate. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful. I know it from somewhere.
Uniquely awful. Hey, is that the thick dude? Did he lose a weight?
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest. And in mint condition.
Yo, this dude reads their version of Playboy. I'm sure he reads it for the articles as well. Just like the old man did.
Indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. This, at least, is some small solace.
Yo, maybe it's the old man that was in our group, but he's like in some sort of meditative stance, and it's consuming, like he's dead in quotation marks, but not really, and it's still consuming his like flesh, like he's like, you know, his body's using his fat and stuff like that as stored energy and all that, so he is slowly withering away, but he's still technically alive. That's my theory, at least.
But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. Why would a lowly hermit have such a... By the skies! Can it really be?
Lord Robert!
Oh my god!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the next life, perhaps?
No, he is still breathing.
Oh my god.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes the point of no return.
Just throw a sandwich in his mouth. He'll be fine.
But
Shit.
there may yet be a way to save him. If you were to follow him into the void, you might be able to bring him back.
I'm not a bear. I haven't eaten quite enough to be able to hibernate as long as this guy.
How? Is this even possible?
Look how skinny my character is, man.
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and the next.
I like that though. His positioning is uniquely bad.
If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds.
Bonks you on the head with a hammer or stabs you with a knife. There's the ancient knight, right? We'll bring you back. Don't worry about it. He drowns you or something. Then performs CPR. Who knows?
But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Once that place is entered,
Bonk.
there is no guarantee of return. Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit the void and bring Lord Robert back to us?
Yeah, sure. I like that. He said he's a zombie. It'd be funny, like right there from on frame, you see him start leaning forward and he just bites a little kid on his forehead.
Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. Tell me when you are ready, and we will begin.
Shit, dude, I was born ready. But you think I got something else to do? I never get distracted. I'm on target. I stay on target, son. I am ready.
It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go.
I might have should have checked
But from which
the
few ever
meditative
return.
stance first.
It is time to perform the rite.
Oh, actually, I do want to. I want to reload. We'll just skip all that dialogue and get back, cause I want to see if the magazine's in my inventory now. And check the body. James says, "Nah, I want fish instead." James, stop sacrificing people. It's not cool, man. How do you sacrifice them? You put like a big ass thing of bees on their head and then burn them alive? You leave him alone. He's been in some good movies, okay? He's been in some bad movies, but you don't need to be throwing bees on his head and shit. It's freaky. What an oddly pointless movie that was, man. Like all investigation shit, like doing this and learning that and blah 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 and all this other shit and blah 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 and then like it's like, oh hey, I've learned what's going on. They're like, all right, cool.
But
We'll just like put some bees on your head and then burn you alive ritually and you slowly die and then the movie's over. And it's like, what the fuck was the point in this movie? I love it. Look at his reaction.
Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest.
Listen to how serious.
Condition.
This is how serious he sounds.
But by the skies, can it really be?
I've never even seen the original Wicker Man.
Lord Robert!
Your
No!
What?
His spirit. But there may, if
But
the H, if you. What is it? Well. Very well.
Oh man, he's hoarding it. That little shit has it in his inventory. Can I see? Nah, man, he won't even let me. He's hiding it in his inventory. Little shit. You little sneaky shit. He's pocketed it. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone, dude. That motherfucker took it. He stole it. Oh no, he put it back. Never mind. Rob looks a lot thinner than the last time we saw him. You can have eaten anything in a long, long time. A copy of the Ogler's Digest lies by his side. The blurb on the cover reads, "Autistic pics of erudite artists for today's discerning gentlemen." Kid, this isn't, you shouldn't be watching this. The fuck? For the articles. That's what the old man said, man. It's for the articles. Alright, I guess that's it. I was hoping we were gonna get to see more than that, like it was gonna be in the inventory, and that there was gonna be some sort of funny thing. I mean, it was something funny. It taught, you know, the artistic erudite and all that bullshit. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
what is this foolish dance? What manner of ritual is this?
Die, little Gandhi. I need my fish. You gonna sacrifice a child, James? Jesus Christ. Man, she gonna try to give me the discipline stick. I don't want the discipline stick. I will cut the shit out of you, lady. You keep that shit to yourself. I'll be wielding the discipline stick here. Look at this. We can go in and out whenever we want. I thought it was supposed to be difficult. This is like hop right on out right away. Sup, girl?
Another wandering soul.
You get more fishes of a child.
Welcome, child, to the end of your journey. Destiny is cruel indeed to send me one so young. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but...
Oh, shit!
Do you know what fate awaits you here?
Yes.
He is wise beyond his years. An intellectual giant.
Well,
I must return
thank you.
to the world above and tell everyone I met such a marvel. Do you think me a fool, boy? Do not pretend. There is no need for pretense here. You are ignorant. This is as it should be.
Yo, man. Fuck you, too. You don't know what I know.
Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance.
You ignorant. You know what you're ignorant of? You're ignorant of me and my knowledge. Stop trying to pretend like I'm the one who's ignorant. You ignorant, bitch. You ignorant.
I will
Shit.
explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand.
Bitch.
As you see, this world is a blank slate. It is a place of nothingness.
She coming down hard, dude. Like, you ignorant. Stop saying I'm ignorant. You ignorant. You an idiot. You need to expand it in simple terms because that's how it was explained to you because you simple.
Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here before returning to the World Tree.
And it doesn't happen anymore, except now all of a sudden it happened with me. And you're not gonna be like, you know what? Obviously something's weird. You know, why is it finally a new departed soul here? I guess I'll just dismiss it and say he's ignorant and simple and stupid and all that other shit. Instead of like, I actually know what's going on, son of a bitch.
But now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for the dead. A spiritual cul-de-sac.
Okay, so she does have more visitors, I guess. I don't see
What I'm
anybody though.
trying to
The whole
tell
damn
you
world ain't nobody died
is
yet.
that you will never leave this world.
Never.
Before long,
Never.
your soul will dissipate and be lost to the void.
Yours isn't.
As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. Until at last, the Lord of Shadows is the only one who remains. This is your destiny. Accept it, for you cannot change it.
See, I told you, you ignorant. I can change whatever I want.
Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? If you do, you are a fool.
Man, push this lady down and go get that old man and leave. Just
And
push her.
yet,
Push her down.
You would not be alone in
She's
your
in your way.
foolishness. There are others who refuse to accept that all is lost.
She called you ignorant. It's justified.
Some people just don't
She was
want
violent to
give
you with
up.
her words. That's what people say nowadays, at least. When bright band bores through heaven's door, the sun shall rise o'er dark in skies. Why would you say o'er instead of over? It's like written down on the fucking like they took the time to write it down on, like they carved this shit on the stone, and they're like, we don't like saying over for some reason. So we're gonna say, oh, dad, whatever the fuck that thing is, ER. Apostrophe? I don't know what the fuck it is. Don't judge me. The sun shall rise over darkened skies. When bright brands bore through heaven's doors, the sun shall rise over darkened skies and banish night with holy light. Is that it? That's all you got to say? She. Can we kill her for fish? Yeah, we can sacrifice her for fish. We can sacrifice her for fish. That'll be fine. Yo, Tubbs is like working his ass off, man.
Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? You could not be more wrong.
Shut up, lady. I didn't think that.
He came here with hope in his heart. The hope that one day he will defeat the Lord of Shadows. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets.
You don't got any secrets.
You know who I am, of course. Foolish child.
Stop calling me a fool.
I am Pang, Grandmaster of Angrila.
I knew that shit.
Your
Of course.
grandfather's teacher and tormentor.
Stop telling me shit I already know, lady. Like it's some
Do
big
you see
reveal.
the magic circle that surrounds him?
I don't see shit. That's not a circle. It's a circle now.
The The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret.
The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret.
He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age.
He doesn't have a physical body in here, you dummy.
But when the great sigil is
What's he gonna do?
complete,
Die?
he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes. Get out, knight! Don't you dare give up now!
Oh,
I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it!
Yo, what the fuck did she say? Did she just curse? Watch your fucking mouth, lady! What did she say? Let's listen to that.
You could not be more wrong.
Shut up, lady. I didn't think that.
He came here, draws energy from the...
This is the final secret. Physical body in here, you dummy. Alright,
But
listen.
when the great sigil is
What's he gonna do?
complete,
Die?
He will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes.
Alright, here we go. Let's turn on closed captioning. Can I turn on closed captioning? I can't do that. Alright, what did she say again? Let's listen to this one more time.
Get out, knight! Don't you...
Gadandai? What is she? What foul words did she use against him? We're gonna have to translate that. What foul language are you using, woman? I don't think I can get the proper spelling. Yeah, I can't find it. Old bastard. It might. It's one word, so could be a bad word that means an old person that you don't like. Yeah, they got all kinds of profanity in all over these nations, right?
Oh!
He's going Super Saiyan. Kamehameha.
Well, would you look at that? Perhaps he is not completely useless after all.
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yes, very impressive. I thought you had gone soft in your dotage, but it seems you still have some guts.
What accent does he have, by the way? Is
Well
he like
done.
Irish or something like that? Does that mean my character's Irish? Since that's his grandfather? So Dundrasil, because you know every nation seems to represent a different like group of people from throughout the world. Scottish, it was Scottish. So that means that Dundrasil was Scotland and it got destroyed. William Wallace and shit.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that praise? Hoo-hoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment. Oh, that's warmed my cockles more than 100
Yo!
nips of the hard stuff.
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous nose, you would see we have a visitor.
Yeah, Desert. So what it is, there was so backstory wise, he had a daughter, right? And he was the ruler of Dundrasil. His wife was long dead, but he did have a daughter. And one of the more prominent knights of his land, him and his daughter that night, and his daughter fell in love with each other. And the knight was like, I know I'm just a lowly knight, but I want permission to marry your daughter. And he's like, I grant it. And then, so they got married, and he advocated his throne to the knight dude so that he could rule. And then, you know, he would just help him, give him some aid and help, like ease him into being a ruler and how, you know, it's supposed to be done type of thing. And, you know, and then they knocked each other up, and she became, she gave birth to your character. And then, like, everybody dies, and everything goes to fuck after that.
Oh my! Is it really you, laddie? Och, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you. It's not fair. It's not fair, I tell you.
Oh, I don't know, evil person. I don't know when they did the
Stop
deed.
your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what? But what's he doing here then?
This old man seems kind of spry in his movements, man.
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
really. But I only came here to... And you went to all that trouble. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable. Come on, let's get back to our bodies and show that Lord of Shadows what we're made of.
James is saying bye. You got people you need to sacrifice for more fish, James? You freak. Stop putting bees in people's heads.
Stop right there! Where do you think you are going?
Wherever the hell I want.
I can't thank you
Not
enough
my
for
dad.
all you've done, Grandmaster. But now that my training's finished, I need to be on my way.
Finished? Oh, but we haven't even begun.
Shit, you think
Honored Luminary. If you would like to follow me.
Well, I'm honored? You mean you're honored to meet me? Glad to see you safe around, laddie. I've been worried myself silly ever since the world tree fell, but I should have known you'd been pulled through. As for me, I never felt better. For the last few days, I've been training away the phony field of discipline the Grandmaster conjured up for me here. I just wish ye'd sent word on ahead before ye popped in, and old Pangy has a way of dealing with people who interrupt her training sessions. Yeah, I don't care, man. Let's go, man. Screw this lady. You're not coming? Alright, man. We'll beat her up then. I know what she wants. She just wants me to beat her up. I've beaten up many people in my life, lady. You think I fear some paddle with a hand? Oh, come on. You can give me one secret chest behind one of these pillars. Come on, man. Come on. Secrets. Lame. Alright, let's go ahead and beat her up then.
Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angri-La. He now has the power to send enemies straight to the beyond.
Yeah, killing people? I can do that too. Normally you just poke them with a sword and it's all done.
It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant, brother-in-arms of the Luminary of Legend. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such incredible power that it can tear through all 4 dimensions.
You silly, there's only 2 dimensions. Oh. Alright.
Dare give up now!
No, not faster. Slower. I remember faster. There we go. Alright, where were we?
It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Yi, our first Grand Master. And it will give you strength beyond reckoning, Luminary.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with Erdwin's attack. We'll be unstoppable.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense, more relentless, more excruciating than any you have faced before.
Yeah, so you say.
Well, do you think you have what it takes to endure this most trying of trials?
I'm not scared of anything.
I knew you would make the right choice. Now, let us begin.
You seem to know everything.
The first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light. Hold out your hand and try. As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle should help to speed you up a little.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him? Oh, no, the poor lad's not ready.
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for me?
What? You're going to make me fight my own grandson?
Who better, Lord Robert? You have mastered all our secrets now. There is no one better suited to the task. And besides, I've always wanted to see two princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Let me know when you are ready to begin.
What the hell's wrong with this woman, man? Alright, if you say so.
Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage. All in the name of speeding up your training, of course.
Oh. 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 Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades! Let me in, a little blighter!
Jesus Christ!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of our last and greatest secret.
Just you watch me.
You've infected him with some sort of rage. What the hell?
Luminary, prepare yourself. Beat back the onslaught and unleash the technique if you can.
Ain't
The
scared.
more you use it, the stronger it will become. You must practice until it is perfect.
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this old man can do.
I probably should equip like a regen
Come
ring
on
or
then,
some shit.
laddie.
That way I don't
Show me
have to
your
bother.
strength.
That way I don't have to bother healing. Yo, what the fuck? That's a lot of damage, my guy. A single attack, only one version of Almighty attack. Is this it? A single enemy only version of an Almighty attack originally used by the Luminary. Yeah, that's it. Quadra slash. The fuck?
Divide.
Now I gotta heal. That shit does entirely too much damage. I definitely should have equipped that health regen ring. It would have made this fight a lot like less tedious. Because I'm gonna have to, every time he does that attack, I'm gonna have to like wait for 6 attacks and heal. Like, see, I gotta heal again. I can't do anything but heal. It might honestly take less time just to reload.
Divide.
Oh man, he already does enough damage with that shit. Man, what the fuck? There's already 2 of you and sometimes 3 of you. Last thing you need to be doing is giving yourself extra attacks on top of that. Yo, did he lower my defense? The fuck? That's kind of cheesy. Haha, you don't have enough MP.
Witness the power of a true disciple! Anathematized!
Stop debuffing me so damn much, man. Take this, you little shit.
Can you tell which is which?
No, man, they look identical. It seems to be as strong as it's gonna get. That's 3 times it's done exactly 300 damage. I guess I should just kill him then.
This is the end for you!
I think you can get away with killing one of them like this without dying. It might be close. Nice. I know I could just target him and make this faster, but
Can you tell which
you
is
know,
which?
maybe there's some sort of bonus in fighting the doppelgangers too. I'll end up focusing him a lot harder as soon as I get low on mana. And just finishing him off. Unless I just happen to, whenever he's the only target, I'm gonna attack him. I definitely don't like how they keep lowering my damn defense though. That's kind of irritating. You know, I'm just gonna assume he's not gonna do it again and that I will survive. This is dangerous, but oh well. Look at that shit. He's take that shit.
Like this.
Yo, man, what the fuck? You got 3 attacks that time? He seems to be the one getting stronger. Alright, man. He ain't even giving me 1 turn now. Let's just get rid of this one, because he seems to be the one who keeps debuffing me. Looks like I'm gonna have to start focusing him and just taking the rest of the team's damage here.
I almost feel bad about this.
Because we're getting close. Come on, man. Didn't you just do that shit? Do some normal shit for once.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. I couldn't have beaten him more soundly myself. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. But you have proved me wrong. And for once, that is no bad thing.
But why is it a bad thing when people prove you wrong? Has mastered slash.
The power of the technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons, and none will be able to stand before you. Now, I think it's time we peeled that old degenerate off the flagstones, don't you?
Degenerate. She called him a
You beat
degenerate.
me, even with the last secret of Angry-La on my side. Oh, I can't believe how much you've grown, laddie.
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no. Perhaps I finally have a disciple worthy of the name.
Cthulhu? Soren.
This is where you have been hiding.
I mean, James, you're missing Cthulhu, man.
Wait, I know that voice.
Mordegan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by cowering here in this ruined world. You have only delayed the inevitable.
No! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach us here. It seems I underestimated you. So inconsiderate. There was one last thing I wanted to teach you. Fine. It seems we must do it the hard way. You two will just have to learn the ultimate ability here and now.
The ultimate ability is Spear Bomb? Or die trying?
So
Sorry,
the last
I bumped the
secret of
button.
Angry-La wasn't the last one, and Quadra Slash wasn't either.
There's always another ability. Don't you watch Dragon Ball?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster i.e.
Aye.
one that Erdwin and Morkan performed together. Well, don't just stand there. Combine your powers. Revive the technique that was lost to us so long ago, so that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I say it. We have only one chance. Robert, do not think. Act. Use the technique I taught you. Quickly! Now, Luminary! Unleash Quadra Slash!
That shit's big as fuck this time.
Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angri-La. The technique to end all techniques. Solar flare!
Solar flare. Looks pretty cool. Take that, you dumb bitch. That's what you get for not seizing the gap. Lies, this sword is too big, says evil person.
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened. We
Yo,
must get him to the temple.
Get
right
your hands
away.
off my eyeballs. Exhausted at the events of the void, Xearrik falls into a deep sleep. In his dreams, he sees the smiling face of Grandmaster Peng, lit by the light of the ultimate ability of Angri-La. Then morning comes.
You are finally awake. Good. I feared you had suffered some lasting injury.
I think that I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Twitch. But give me a few minutes before I do it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and we'll switch over to Twitch for the rest of the night. Here we are. Bing, bang, boom, boom, bing, boom. Done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab some food because I'm kind of hungry. Should be fine, evil person. You should be able to mess around with the resolution, I hope. It's getting late enough in the day that especially if everyone here actually switches over to Twitch, because then I'll have like 17 people there. So it should allow us to mess around with the thingy. But give me like 5 minutes or so. I will be over there very shortly. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one off. And when next we hear each other, you hear me, I guess I will be on Twitch. I'll see you soon.